You ever had a terrible day and thought, you know what would fix this? So you open Amazon, a food delivery app, or your favorite shopping website. 5 minutes later, you've ordered something you absolutely did not need, and somehow your brain says, congratulations, you deserve it. Then the package arrives 3 days later, and you look at it like, why did I buy this? Welcome to emotional spending. The strange part is, you usually know you're doing it. You just don't feel like you're making a financial decision at the time. You're trying to feel better. And that can make spending money feel less like spending and more like self-care. But here's the problem. The emotion disappears much faster than the credit card bill does. Emotional spending happens when your emotions influence your decision to spend money, especially when the purchase is mainly being used to change how you feel. Stress, boredom, loneliness, frustration, insecurity, excitement, or even celebrating a good day can all become triggers. And let's be clear, buying something because it makes you happy is not automatically bad. Money is supposed to improve your life. The problem starts when spending becomes your automatic response to uncomfortable emotions. Research in consumer psychology suggests that mood and self-control can influence purchasing behavior, but we should be scientifically careful here. There's no simple rule saying that if you are sad, you will overspend. People react differently. Your personality, financial situation, habits, social environment, and the specific situation all matter. But there is a common pattern. You feel something, you want relief. You see something you can buy, you buy it. You feel better for a while, then the emotion returns, or you feel regret. And now you have both the original problem and less money. That is the financial trap. Imagine this. You've had a horrible day at work. Your boss criticized you, your commute was terrible, you're tired, hungry, and annoyed. You get home and tell yourself, I'm ordering dinner. I deserve it. Fair enough, but then you see a notification. Flash sale, 40% off. Now you're looking at shoes. You weren't looking for shoes this morning. You don't need shoes. But suddenly, those shoes look like the solution to your entire existence. You buy them. Then you think, well, I already spent money today, so I might as well order dessert. So you order dessert. The next morning, your bank account has lost money, and your emotional crisis has mysteriously failed to become a financial success story. And this is where emotional spending gets dangerous. One purchase usually doesn't destroy your finances. The problem is repetition. If stress causes you to spend $20 several times a week, that can quietly become hundreds of dollars a month. And because each purchase feels small, you may not notice the pattern until your money is already gone. So how do you stop emotional spending without becoming a person who refuses to enjoy life? You don't need extreme discipline. You need a system that creates a small gap between the emotion and the purchase. Start by identifying your triggers. For the next 2 weeks, whenever you make an unplanned purchase, write down 3 things. What was I feeling? What did I buy? And what was I hoping the purchase would make me feel? Don't judge yourself. You're collecting information. Maybe you discover that you spend when you're stressed. Maybe boredom is your biggest trigger. Maybe you shop after arguments. Maybe you're spending because social media constantly makes you feel like your life isn't good enough. The goal is to find your pattern. Next, use a waiting rule. For non-essential purchases, wait 24 hours. For expensive purchases, wait even longer. This isn't a magical psychological trick, and it won't work perfectly every time. The point is much simpler. You're separating the emotional moment from the financial decision. If you still want the item tomorrow and it fits your budget, you can buy it. But now you're making the decision with a cooler head. Next, make emotional spending harder. Delete saved card details from shopping apps, turn off promotional notifications, unsubscribe from unnecessary sales emails, don't keep shopping apps on your home screen. This sounds boring, but that's the point. Your environment can influence your behavior. If spending requires one tap, impulsive spending becomes easier. If spending requires several deliberate steps, you create friction between the urge and the purchase. Another useful strategy is to create a guilt-free spending category. This is important. If your financial plan says you can never spend money on fun, you're probably going to hate your own budget. Instead, decide how much money you can spend every month on restaurants, entertainment, clothes, hobbies, or whatever you genuinely enjoy. Once that money is available, spend it without guilt. The goal isn't to eliminate enjoyable spending. The goal is to make sure your emotions aren't secretly controlling your entire financial plan. And finally, replace the behavior, not just the purchase. If you usually shop when you're stressed, have another action ready. Take a walk, call a friend, play a game, exercise, cook something, watch a movie, sit outside for 10 minutes. None of these are guaranteed to solve your emotional problem, but they can interrupt the automatic connection between feeling bad and buying something. And if emotional spending feels impossible to control or is causing serious financial problems, don't reduce the issue to, "I just need more discipline." Persistent compulsive spending can sometimes be connected to broader psychological or behavioral problems, and professional help may be appropriate. So, the next time you're about to buy something because you're having a bad day, don't immediately ask yourself, "Do I want this?" Ask a better question. What am I actually trying to change right now? Maybe you genuinely want the product. Maybe you need a break. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you just want a little excitement and a package with your name on it. Whatever the answer is, knowing it gives you a choice, and that's the real goal. Not never spending money, not becoming obsessed with saving every penny. It's being able to decide where your money goes instead of letting every bad mood make the decision for you. Try the 24-hour rule this week. Track your emotional spending triggers and create a guilt-free spending limit that actually fits your budget. If this video helped you understand your own spending habits, subscribe for more simple, evidence-based personal finance videos. Because managing money isn't just about knowing how to make more money, it's also about understanding why you spend the money you already have.